What's up, everyone? Monster Master Godzilla here, and I'm here to continue the Godzilla-Thon. We're now up to Godzilla vs. MechaGodzilla from 1974. All right, now this is where they pick up, where the Showa series of Godzilla finally picks up after the Dark Age of Godzilla began, where they turned him into a superhero. So the year is 1974, Godzilla's 20th birthday. 20th anniversary. So this one, they decided to bring back Godzilla's destruction, but keep him a hero at the same time. He went from being a symbol of nuclear destruction to a child-friendly superhero, and they decided to bring back destruction, but keep him a hero at the same time. How so? They start off with having two Godzillas at the same time. Here we go. The story was that Godzilla. It starts off in the beginning that Anguirus was like trapped underground, which supposedly continuing after Godzilla vs. Megalon, where he got left behind when he fell down in the hole during the bombings. And then supposedly there was this family called the Azumi family, and one of the characters just discovered a prophecy, something that darkness will rise. And then later there was this guy who was like really funny, like, "Oh, Godzilla," and he kind of looks like Paimei from Kill Bill. And so they introduce and then they find out and then Godzilla shows up, causing destruction. And he's like going around wreaking havoc. And then Godzilla shows up and he gets into a fight with Anguirus. And Anguirus shows up from the ground, which originally his part was originally meant for Baragon. But they replaced him with Anguirus, which is still better in a way. And because this is the 20th anniversary, they brought back the classic ones, like when Godzilla got into a fight with Anguirus. It turned out it was like an homage to Godzilla Raids Again, which even better than Godzilla Raids Again. So then there's a moment where one of the characters driving a car saying, "Something's wrong. Anguirus shouldn't attack his friend Godzilla." So then you find out. So then a piece of Anguirus ends up wrecking a piece of Godzilla's skin, revealing metal underneath. When you find out that's not the real Godzilla, this is your first clue. And then he breaks Anguirus' jaws, and Anguirus then retreats. And then the real Godzilla shows up. That's when you realize that the Godzilla that has metal underneath his skin is not the real Godzilla, an imposter. So then the real Godzilla shows up and gets into a fight with the fake Godzilla. And the fake Godzilla turns out to be MechaGodzilla underneath. And this is him right there. And MechaGodzilla right here is nice design right here. And the suit from Godzilla Raids, and the Godzilla suit in this one, the 1974 suit, they actually took from the suit from Godzilla vs. Megalon. It's the same structure, but the face is modified differently. And so then Godzilla fights MechaGodzilla. He does give him a hard time at hand. So Godzilla was then defeated by MechaGodzilla once. So then we introduce, and not only did we introduce MechaGodzilla, we introduced another monster named King Caesar, who is this monster right here, which looks like some kind of lion wolf looking creature. and he's like a lazy one for a minute. He's like sleeping in a cave, and only a member of the Azumi family would sing, which a lot of people hated the King Caesar song because it drags out very long. I liked it. I mean, it's quite unique in its very own way, and Toho definitely had some great music for Godzilla, including ones for typical monsters. And then also MechaGodzilla was controlled by aliens, who revert back to being controlled by ape-like aliens, which I know they kind of took it from the time when Planet of the Apes was a huge thing in the 60s and 70s. Whenever the aliens were shot, stabbed, and beaten up, they revert back to apes. So yeah, they're aliens. And then after they woke up, King Caesar ends up holding off on his own against MechaGodzilla. He seems to be holding out on his own especially when he reflected the laser blast from MechaGodzilla's eyes. But he ends up getting his butt kicked. So MechaGodzilla has a lot of different set of arsenal. He can shoot lasers from his eyes, from his mouth. He got finger missiles, toe missiles, knee missiles, a laser on his chest, and he can even fly. And in the final battle, he shows off more of his moves. Like he can spin his head. But it turns out he can spin his head, creating a force field. And it definitely gave Godzilla quite a challenge. And in the final battle, he made Godzilla bleed, which, oh my god, it was a bloodbath during that battle. But eventually, there was a moment when MechaGodzilla was flying, Godzilla then magnetized MechaGodzilla by grabbing hold of him, and he rips MechaGodzilla's head off, which is surprising given that his head was very flexible. And then MechaGodzilla is defeated. And then King Caesar and Godzilla end up celebrating like a job well done. King Caesar then goes back to his rest. The aliens then retreat. And then Godzilla ends up going away as he saved the day. So, this one is definitely one of the best classic movies I recommend if you're definitely a hardcore Godzilla fan. You gotta have this one. This one's one of the staple in Godzilla movie history, which introduces three of Godzilla's big enemies, which are King Ghidorah, Mothra, and MechaGodzilla. Those are the main characters in his franchise. I mean, you gotta have this in your Godzilla collection. It's definitely one that was very hard to find, which I don't understand why it's so damn hard to find. I mean, when I was collecting all the Godzilla movies from the 50-year history, this one is definitely one of the hardest ones to find. You gotta have this in your collection. Especially this one's classic. And it's introduces MechaGodzilla, which is one of the fan-favorite Godzilla characters. And that's all I have to say about this one. And as always, stay awesome, my Monster Masters, and I'll catch you later. Next up, we'll do Terror of MechaGodzilla. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye!